Buenos dias, Jose. Me llamo Lee. Good morning. I will attempt to show you how to write some code for doing the coding. So when you turn on the computer, you should see a screen like this, probably a different background on that computer, but start the software here. And you wait. It takes a little while to load because it has to load the software into the machine as well. So there's two computers, the one with the screen, and then there's a computer in the machine that does all the calculations. Okay. So when it starts, you should have a screen like this. So you push the reset button here, and I usually drag this little box out of the way. So you begin by pressing the home button for X, wait for the machine to zero on X, and then press it on Y. This particular machine we're using here doesn't zero it out. I'm just using this to demonstrate the software. So you should have a screen that looks like that after you've homed both X and Y axes. So these numbers should be 0. Okay, then you come over here to this little plug-in that we wrote and start setting it up with, you have different options for pass spacing from 12.5, 25, or 37.5. We've been coding at 12.5, so you can leave that at 12.5 millimeters. Then on the overspray amount, that's how far it sprays past the edge of your coding area to be sure that your whole coding area is complete. And we've been using 50 millimeters. And then spray speed, you have a lot of different choices from 10,000 to 40,000. On that machine that you have in Mexico, it has a speed limit of about 15,000. So even if you pick a number that's higher, it won't go faster than that. So if you just pick the 15,000 number, it should be fine. And then the number of passes, 1, 2, or 3. So it'll do a horizontal pass, a vertical pass, either once, twice, or 3 times. And we've been doing 3. That seems to give a good coding. So next thing you do is to use the arrow keys to move your X and Y coordinates. The laser needs to be on for this. So you move it until the laser is pointing at the bottom left corner of where you want to code. So say it was that number. So once you do that, then you come back to this plug-in, and it says bottom left 0 point. So you push set, and that should zero these numbers. On mine, I have to manually zero them here on the left. So I pushed this X and this Y 0 point. Then, again using the arrow keys, you move the machine until the laser is, and this machine I'm using for demonstration is extremely slow and it's in inches, but it's the same principle. So you would move it until the laser is shining on the upper right corner of where you want to code. Once you do that, you just click back on the plug-in here. This very bottom command is generate. So it'll generate the NGC code and save it on the hard disk. It always uses the same file name, and then it also loads it into the machine. So, and it just gives you a little warning, are you sure you want to write over the last program? And you just say okay. And there it loads it on the screen for you. From that point forward, you just come over here on the right hand side here where it says cycle start, and make sure that all of your pressures are set correctly and that the pressure pot is turned on. The vent valve for the pressure pot needs to be turned off, so with the bar vertical on that valve. Otherwise it never develops pressure in the pot and you never get paint up at the top. So assuming that you've run the gun manually until you get fluid up in the gun so that it's ready to coat, then you're ready to go. So then you just push this cycle start button, and again, I'm just using some other machine as a demonstrator, so it's going to be very, very slow. Actually, it's not going to run at all on this machine, but you get the principle of it. Okay, so one more thing I want to show you, and that is that once you've gotten to this point of zeroing the lower left corner, finding the upper right corner, and generating the code, if you have not used the spray gun yet, then this button right here will turn the gun on. So with pressure in the pot so that you're pushing fluid up to the spray gun, you click that button and it'll turn on the gun and allow it to spray until you get fluid up to the gun. And once you see the spray starting to come out, and I would recommend putting a piece of paper or cardboard in front of the gun so that you can see when it's primed. Otherwise you'll get a big spot on your screen. So just tape something on there until you're sure your gun is primed. Then just push that button again to turn the gun off, and then it's primed and ready to spray. And at that point you can go ahead and press your start cycle. So let me know if this is helpful for you, and we can always talk by phone as well. So talk to you soon. Bye now.